probably supposed to keep sinking. Alright, let's see what we can do with this thing. Can we do anything with the arms? Okay, we probably have to dock it to change the arms out. See, it's got its own storage thing, even without an upgrade. There's the upgrade panel. Can I... Okay, this is where we upgrade or equip this stuff. So let's put that on there, let's put that on there. And then we have 4 passive upgrade slots. We do have a pressure compensator. Is that going to do anything? Yeah, so this thing is by default good for now. There it goes! Weird, it's like it can only sink a certain distance. Alright, so there's our wicked little drill arm and our propulsion cannon arm. No, that's our grappling arm.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
That's even got its own new voice. Alright, so... we do have thrusters that make it easier to get around. The other big thing is you'll see these large deposits of existing materials, and you can only get them with the exosuit, so I suppose we just... Still needs a little work on the collision, but you can see it breaks off pieces. So that grappling arm is definitely handy for getting around. Since the exosuit does have the thrusters, but they're not, you know, you're not going to go super high with the thrusters. There is a thruster upgrade, however. Okay, so we've got our Prawn, we've got our stuff all equipped, so I believe we are ready to go check out the new creatures and finish off this video. Now, of course, the exosuit is not very quick to get around, and as you can see, we need to go over to the Grand Reef, to go down to the deep Grand Reef, to go down to the Inactive Lava Zone, where the new creatures are. That's quite a walk, if we were to trudge all the way there. So instead, we're going to dock with the Cyclops, and we're going to drive over there. Because you can dock the exosuit with the moon pool and the Cyclops in the same way you can in the Seamoth. Let's hop down here. The Prawn suit is definitely supposed to be sort of the endgame vehicle because it goes down to such deep depths, and is kind of what you're going to use to fight, apparently, the sea dragon Leviathan.
Captain, all systems online.
Big nasty that will live down in the Inactive Lava Zone. Oh right, I turned off all the lights. I was like, why is it so dark in here? It's, lights on. Nope, alright, I'll do it myself. Okay. So, yeah, collision warning. Let's take our big, slow-ass submarine all the way over to the Grand Reef, which, you know, the Cyclops is not very quick either, but it's still a little quicker than walking across the bottom. Grand Reef is over here. Oh, there's one other thing I want to try. So, supposedly... oh, jeez. You can see right through my base. Supposedly, the Prawn suit is, you know, heavily armored, since it is a deep diving suit, and is resilient against things that would damage the Seamoth quite heavily, including, apparently, being grabbed by a Reaper. So we're gonna go find a Reaper with the Prawn suit and see how he reacts to, or see how it reacts to him, rather, at the end there. Alright, so, see you when we get there. Alright, here we are, Grand Reef. You wouldn't be Subnautica without those sub-10 frame rates when you're loading into a new area. Another big change that people were complaining about that finally came about is that they have removed the voxel terrain editing, so you can't dig up sand anymore to, you know, alter the terrain. And people were really mad about this because apparently that was a big deal for, you know, some base buildings, since you could use the terraforming tool to, you know, cover stuff in sand and therefore make your base look more natural, more integrated with the environment. But supposedly that was supposed to improve the loading, since it doesn't have to keep track of every bit of voxel terrain to see if you've altered it or not. Unfortunately, the huge stuttering problem that the game has when you load hasn't been fixed, so who knows what the next proposed fix will be. What am I stuck on? I'm really not fond of this proximity thing. I wish I could turn it off. It's like, yeah, I know I'm almost hitting stuff. You don't have to keep beeping at me nonstop. It's like being low on health in Zelda. We may just get out and... the only problem with getting out is that it'll be a pain in the ass to get the prawn back into the submarine if I have to, you know, climb a lot. The worst part is that that thing isn't even that sensitive, so we could be pretty far from something and it'll still beep at us. Like, hey, if you continue on this course, you will hit something in some amount of time. Alright, fuck it, let's just get out here. Because we can drop a lot faster in the suit than we can in the sub. Nice parking job. Fucking slope. Alright. So, to get into the deep Grand Reef, obviously we just need to keep going down from where we currently are. And then from there we go down some more and we'll hit the Inactive Lava Zone, where we're looking for a lava lizard and a lava larva. A lot of alliterations in the lava zone. Got stuck on this small clump of ground. That's smooth frame rate. I really wish I could, you know, make that better, but even with a fairly powerful computer, this game does not really run any better. Alright, now we're in the deep Grand Reef. The hell is that? Dust cloud there for a second. Floating bottle of water. Alright, there's a smoker, so we're getting close. Ooh, 3 FPS. Lovely. Crab squid. I mean, I don't think the crab squid can hurt us in the exo. Certainly not nearly as dangerous as a reaper, so if a reaper can't do much to us, then we should be safe from the crab squid. He might still try to menace us, though. Yeah, I kind of figured that would happen. So the grappling hook is not super handy unless you can fire it over what you're trying to get to and reel in fast enough to not just hit the thing you're stuck on. Okay, we can just grapple to the wildlife. Gotta wait for the thruster to recharge. I really hope they do work out some way to improve the terrain loading before final release, because that's kind of shitty, honestly. That's pretty much, I think, the biggest complaint about this game is the constant stuttering whenever you're going anywhere you haven't been in your current play session. Because, like, if I had gone all through here beforehand, it would be better. Still not perfect, but it wouldn't stutter nearly as much. But because I haven't loaded this terrain yet in this current playthrough, it's all, you know, new and has to pop in. Alright, it might actually take me a little while to find the correct spot to drop down, so let's just cut ahead a little bit. Well, this is fairly unpleasant. I have fallen into the current under construction version of the Lost River, which is now full of this horrible green goop that looks really terrible from any distance. So yeah, this is the Lost River down here, which, as you can see, is also connected to the Deep Grand Reef. But still no inactive lava zone. I dropped the wrong way. I did discover that this grappling hook is actually really good for just swinging around and not actually pulling yourself up. Because you can see it speeds this along real good. And in combination with the thrusters, you can actually use it to do a proper, like, grappling hook swing from something. But yeah, that's what the Lost River looks like from a distance now, just that ugly green blob. Let's keep looking for this inactive lava zone. Alright, we have discovered beds of active lava, which ironically means we're in the inactive lava zone. Ah, shit. Let's not actually fall in the lava, though, because that might be bad for our suit. Just want to get on some good footing up here. Alright, a lot of jelly rays down here. Fucking huge amount of jelly rays. But I think those are leaking in from the Deep Grand Reef and not actually native. Alright, so, lava lizard and lava larva. The lava larva is fairly small, I believe, but they should be attracted to our exosuit, or anything else that creates, or I suppose uses, power. And the lava lizard, which is kind of a bone shark, stalker, predator equivalent, and should also probably be attracted to our exosuit. What is this giant void? Oh, this is... Never mind, I was going to say this leads under the Aurora, but this is just unloaded zone is what it is. Alright. So, let's keep looking, I guess. So, I was actually mistaken. We were still in the Inactive Lava Zone corridor, which is the path that connects the Deep Grand Reef to the proper Inactive Lava Zone, which you can see is deeper than our exosuit can currently go, because I foolishly did not grab the upgraded depth module from my Seamoth before we left. However, we are here, and we should be able to see both of the creatures just by swimming around near our exosuit. Since we can't really go any deeper than this, you can see we're so far down that the roof of the cavern isn't even loading. Actually, there's a lava larva right here. And, well, we can't see it from here, but if he was close to our exosuit, he would actually stick to it and start draining the battery until we scraped him off. Because these guys are attracted to the energy in your suit or Seamoth. Not that you could get a Seamoth down here, but, if he did, he would be into it. Also, you can see we've got some lava variations of existing species, specifically the eye and the boomerang.
New creature discovered.
We'll keep that for our collection.
New creature discovered.
And see if we can find a lava lizard. I do actually have the oxygen cheat on right now, because otherwise we would die very quickly down here. I was expecting to use the exosuit, but again, I misjudged how deep the lava zone goes. So we're just gonna take a gander around, see if we can find us a lava lizard. Kind of expected them to be a bit more plentiful down here. This is also presumably where the sea dragon Leviathan will be. So it actually does kind of seem large enough for there to be a giant creature that's about the size of the Reaper, or slightly larger, to attack you. It'll be especially creepy because the sea dragon Leviathan does have some bioluminescence, so you will just see giant eyes coming at you before the whole thing does. In fact, we're probably going to need a flashlight to find this guy. Alright, I'll keep looking until I can find me a lava lizard. Well, I heard something get eaten, so I think that is a lava lizard over there. Also, I noticed this, which I believe is sulfur. And you need sulfur to build the jump jet boost for your prawn. So yeah, I think this is the lava lizard here. Down here we're by the lava castle. And this is our new predator. I think he just has the bone shark AI for it right now, so he'll chase you until he gets bored. Give him a second, he'll come after us again. It looks a bit like kind of a lizard-seal mix, but you know, not too dangerous, just kind of a typical Subnautica predator. And this giant-ass room is probably where the sea dragon Emperor will be, not to be confused with the sea dragon Leviathan, which is also going to be down here. It's going to be a busy place, it seems. Let's grab some of this sulfur to build a jump jet boost when we get back. I think we only need 3 of them. It's interesting that you get that stuff down here, but you use it for the exosuit, and presumably would have to go all the way back up to actually use it, and then come back down here with the boost. Yeah, I don't think I've showed this off before, but this is the lava castle. Well, you can't really see it here because it's not loaded in, but it's a pretty impressive piece of geometry. And supposedly it will be the prison for the Sea Dragon Emperor, the big old creature that shot down your ship with its EMP blast. Alright, let's begin the very slow and arduous process of getting back up to the surface with the prawn, which is going to take a long time and a lot of grapples. And of course, our final task is to find a Reaper and find out how well the prawn holds up against it. And it sounds like this one is still under the bow of the ship, so he'll be our test subject. We can find him. As we've seen previously, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass to actually find the Reaper, even when you can hear him. But here he is. Of course, he can't really do anything to the Cyclops except menace us, but just look for a place to deploy my prawn. There's not really a good surface here. Maybe we can drop onto this ledge. I think he just rammed into us. Yeah, he's shoving me around. Don't go too far away, Reaper. Oh, I need to go up, and hopefully this doesn't drop us into the abyss. Hey, buddy. You gonna come over here and say hi? I got a bunch of drills with your name on it. Alright, so that actually did do some damage, but not nearly as much damage as you would take in a Seamoth. Which can only take about... Ah, shit, I'm actually sinking. You can only take about 2 or 3 grapples from full health with a Seamoth, depending on if you upgraded the durability. Okay. So, the Reaper rammed me into the bottom of the Cyclops, which caused the automatic docking sequence to initiate, and safely deposited us on our ship. I guess I can't repair that from here. But yeah, so it's not invulnerable to the Reaper, but, you know, you can definitely take some punishment with it. Not that you're really going to be in an area to fight a Reaper with that thing where it's intended to be used, but it is meant to be used to battle the sea dragon Leviathan, so hopefully that's a good indication of how durable it'll be. Alright, so that's pretty much the majority of the new stuff in the Prawn update. Of course, there is a bunch of little tiny changes that they don't ever put any patch notes up for, so you just kind of have to discover those as you go. But yeah, I think we saw all the significant stuff. We saw the Prawn, we saw the creatures, we saw the Aurora, and yeah. So looking forward to covering the next update and continuing playing more Subnautica, which is supposed to be reaching final release sometime this year. I mean, originally they were aiming for like an August, September kind of release, but obviously that's not going to happen, because this game still needs some work before it's anywhere near release, especially in terms of technical stuff. They're at a state now where they're not just going to be polishing, or they're not just going to be adding new content, but they're going to be polishing the existing content to make it functional. Anyhow, I've been Shadefire, this is Subnautica's Prawn update, and I will explore with you again next time. Until then, take care.